What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Overtime here. Once again, doing a little starter guide. I know that. For players who wants to play Elden Rings who don't know what to do. So I'm gonna help you guys out. Alright, I wanna talk about each character, what each character is and what it features, so you guys have an idea of what they are. You got Battleborn, you got Warrior, you got Hero, you got Bandit, you got Astro, you got Mages, you got Prophet, you got the Samurai, you got Prisoner, Confessor, you got a Priest, and you got a Wreck. Now, each one, they have their own unique specs, each specs, weapons, and whatever case may be you could start off with, or you could start off fresh. Well, I mean fresh as it start off pretty much level 1 with all 10s, but naked. Now let's start off, I'll click this one. Alright, each stat needs to give you an idea of what to start off with, at least with the character you want to go with. Depending on if you already have an idea of like what weapons you have in mind that you want to use, or or idea of stuff you want to create a character. When you create a character, you have at least an idea of what you want to do. I'm repeating myself, so I'm sorry. So here he goes. We got Battleborn, which is a knight. Each knight has a unique ability. So like I said, specific stats. The stats you got like 15 vigor, which is health. Mine is 10, would be magic. You could say like the blue bar. Endurance. Iteration, I'm sorry, my English is bad, is 11, which is stamina. Then you got here comes the strength part. We got strength 14, dexterity strength 14 and dexterity 13. Sorry. Now with that alone, you can at least have an idea what way you want to go with. Those type of stats you could go with more of a dex build or strength build. What I mean by that is like there's specific weapons you could go pure strength or pure dex. Or there's sometimes, once in a while, there's weapons that you could go with both, depending of again the type of weapons that you're going after. Now, the best way to go with that, you could go on Google and type in like Elden Ring, type in weapon, and trying to find a specific idea what weapons that you're really into, and whatever case may be. Then you got intelligence 9, health fate 9, and arcane 7. Now, if you're wondering what intelligence and fates are, those are specifically meant for magic users. Sometimes there's some weapons that have special magic elements involved. Like for example, there is a weapon called the Moon Scythe Katana. What it does, that one has the ability to shoot out laser beams out of the sword as a special ability. To use it, you have to have a certain amount of intelligence. There's other weapons that they need fate out there. Now, arcane, it's a bit of a special thing. Arcane gives you two types of uniqueness. One is it helps you find items a lot easier, and the other thing, it helps to build up called blood damage. In this game, there is some special negative effects what you can and get from enemies. Poison, scarlet rot, frost, and blood loss. Blood loss, what it does, it gives, if you take too much of it, you will take a massive damage, a good amount of damage, in whatever case may be. So keep that in mind. Now, warrior will be like this one. He has a dual-wielding blade, whatever case may be. This is more advanced. He's more for people who are more into the advanced. Now you can tell by this character, his stats is completely different. Why? Because this character is based more on the dex, more the strength. So most likely what might find, if you're into, like I said, you have an idea of a weapon that's is more into the dex, you could use this character, in whatever case may be. Warrior knight, which I'm calling him that because I don't refuse to call this one. It's like I said, it's a mixture of more of a swords, heavy weapon type of thing, but it's up to you either way. It's more of a semi-balanced way. For newcomers, I recommend to start off with him, at least, so you have an idea to get used to the game. Him, like I say, he's more of a semi-advanced because even though he has a shield, you're not gonna get into the whole dual wielding blades. Granted, like I said, the knight you can dual wield. It's a knight you can't. You could do with heavy swords or two stabs or two axes. You can't. It's not. You option is limitless, guys. Completely limitless. That you could do what the hell you want in this game. This game lets you do what the hell you want. Granted, there are consequences, but that makes it more fun, right? So Warrior's more into the decks. Now you got Hero. Hero is just like Warrior, but more reverse. Instead of him focus on the decks, he focuses on strength. This one, on the other hand, will be more into the heavy, great swords type of, or colossal swords. Well, I mean, colossal swords. There are weapons that are called colossal swords, or extremely heavy weapons that look like rocks, like humongous tree branches or something, like trees itself. You know what I mean? So he's more focused on the mindset of like I said, great swords, axe, whatever case may be. If you're, like I said, weapons that you're into, focus on strength only. So keep that in mind. You can tell by the stats, whatever case may be. Even also, if you wonder why Arcane is 11, it's because usually most knights of the Tam warriors tend to focus on the bleed. The objective of Hero is, which originally is supposed to be called Berserker, but each of their own. This was more of an aggressive type of character to use. Now, would I recommend new players to use him? Yes. He is also first player friendly, in whatever case may be. So, recommended of that. Then you got Bandit. He's more into the decks. It's just like the other one, more decks, but this was a bit different. He also focused on bleeding, whatever, because he's also focused on range. But you can tell by the weapon he's using. He also has a little dagger. He also has an archer, bow and arrow, which is more of an archery. So if you want to focus on archery, you can. Now, do you want to? Is he good for first-person players, for newcomers? Yes and no. Depending how you want to play it, is up to you. Now, like I said, most all these classes are first player friendly, and some of them are really much better than that. Well, I mean, like I said, it's Warrior that he's not as friendly first players, but at least in a sense he is in a weird way if you wanna focus it. But then you can do that down the road. Him and I had the same way. Down the road, you wanna focus on whatever case may be. But I would not recommend them at all because, again, a dagger, it's one of those type of weapons that I wouldn't let people want them to use, because it's a very short weapon and you gotta be really close and personal. And yeah, I know some people will have a hard time with him. Then you got Astro. Now Astro is more of a mage. He's a straight up mage, but you can tell by the intelligence he has is really high. So his is more based on magic, sorcery. Make it more understanding. Now, would I recommend him for newcomers? I want to say yes, to the fact that it's range build. Now, at the same time, even though a scholar or an astro is our new version of easy mode. We always think scholars are well known to be easy modes characters because their magic is quite powerful in whatever case may be. So it's not like they're not weak or anything like that. Granted, they can't take no damage, and dodging is gonna be your only friend in this game when it comes to scholars. Now, but at the same time, he is in a way easy mode for players. For newcomers, I would not recommend it because even though he makes it easy, it's trying to understand how to use the spells and trying to best with the timing and all that, and what this thing does what magic does what, what I mean, and how to build your character. It takes a while. Granted, on YouTube, Google is your friend, guys. Remember that. So if you want to go all the way to use it, go right ahead. Like I said, it's 100%. I would say at least 60 to 70% friendly to new players. Now you got Prophet. Prophet is a fate user build. That's the one I'm personally using at the moment right now. And I'm gonna say this right now. He is for spill. I'm doing a spill using spear using build. Oh my god. And whatever case be. So right now it's a bit complicated because I'm not used to these type of weapons. So is it gamer friendly? Like for you players? Not really. I'll be honest with you, not really. But for a fate build, if you want to do a pure fate build, then you can. You know what I mean? So the profit is more for specific fate. Difference between a scholar and this one is that these ones are used specific items. The one you see there is like a next to the spear, it looks like a two finger thing. And whatever case be, it's the fact that they use such as fire or dragon magic. Dragon magic is down the road, you will figure it out down the road. I can't tell too much about it, but it's to say that the dragon magic here is kind of cool. Again, it's not player friendly, first player friendly because it's a charge. And usually, the problem with fate magic is that it's a lot of charging abilities, and you always have to time it. So timing in this game is pretty much the main essential of the game. Sorry. Alright. Next one. We got Samurai. Use a katana. Well known to be using blood loss. Now, would I recommend people to use this class for beginners? Yes. Because this was my first character to use in ELDEN RING. Granted, I have played other games in the past that were both with katanas and scythes and all that. So Samurai, like I said, uses more dex and strength. Just like the warrior, excuse me. And this helps really greatly because of the fact, like I said, each weapon has the unique features. Katanas are well known for their dex more than not. And because of that, Samurai focuses more on its dex, and also the fact that it uses bow and arrows makes it more unique. The fact that also bow and arrows are also use dex more than strength. Only like great bows and all that, they kind of use strength a bit more. But the one that he's using right now, it's a short bow. So short and long bows are wonderful for the dex. Not all of them, but there are quite a few here and there. So let's move on to the next. Prisoners. For me. Whew. I should not be doing this one second. I'm so sorry, guys. But prisoners are well known for their intelligence size dex. Now, unlike the same way with the samurai, this one's more focused on this dex more than not, and magic. So there are some weapons that, like I said, that uses magic with dex. So if you want to use a prisoner, you can. Is it new gamer friendly? Yes, it is. Now, if you honestly want to look ugly, but like I said, the thing is with this game with games, like when you see the armors, you see it in the game, that's what you start off with. Now, if you don't like the armor completely, you can remove it and change it in whatever case may be. Me, if I use them, I would legitimately remove the helmet. It looks hideous, in my opinion. But like I said, it's friendly, and whatever case may be. Also, before I forget, guys, keepsakes. There are specific types. Each one will tell you what they have, and all that. Lead top, it will tell you what to start off with. You will start off with. Now, my best option to tell for newcomers to start with the golden seed. You just have a little extra more flash. You know what I mean? Just a a little surprise hit for you guys. Now, competitors are also well known for their dex. Their faith. They're more focused on their faith more than not. The weapons is a mixture of strength and dex, so you could pick either or. But they mainly not focus more on their faith. These ones I use correctly. If I remember correctly, I think you use healing and some weird stealth things. So they're more in the stealth side of faith, I guess. But so keep that in mind. Is it friendly? Yeah, it is. Nothing too special about it, no case may be. Just like the others. And Rec, well, Rec is pretty much what it is. It's a level 1 character that you can start off with, or it's all around a perfect 10 all around. It's a level 1 you can start off. It's this one's more for more advanced people who already has an idea what they want to do with their characters, and whatever case may be. Now, why this character is thinking? Because it's a well-known Dark Souls game that they always want to start off with closest level 1 to start off fresh, start off pretty much with nothing, and build themselves up the way they want to do it. This is pretty much what this character is. Pretty much is that he is the fresh up the box. Let's start off the way I want to do it. Now, is it friend gamer first player friendly? No, unless you have an idea what, like I said, an idea what you want to do. You know what I mean? But at the point being, it's best to leave them when you have an idea what you want to do in the game. So actually, like once you play the game a good amount of hours, you play a specific character, and you have an idea, it's like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this. You could start up the game all over again once you beat the game and start off a new character, because sometimes you want to start off, building a different way to build them. Oh, I did the great sword, let me use the katana now, or let me use dual wielding, or let me be a spear user, let me be a magic user. I mean, you could pick here. So this game has hours on end of you could just create multiple versions of characters that you always want to do. So he's more of the basic of, I already know what to do, I'm already pro at dodging whatever case, let me start up with him and hope for the best type of thing. So there you go, guys. Here are the favorite ideas of each character of what all newcomers could use. My recommended is the Knight, Warrior, Samurai, and to be honest with you, even though I would not recommend to most new players, but I know people will go out of the way to use it because they're into basic, I would use Astro. I mean, those are the ones I really recommend people to use for new starter games. Especially if you're starting a new Souls game. This is your new Souls game. Remember guys, this is an open world. Explore, have fun, trying to learn the basics as much as you can, and please sit down and read the damn descriptions. Like, the games will tell you what to do. This game does not hold your hand completely. Remember guys, Google, YouTube is your friend. Look it up and you guys will have a blast. This is all for now. Have a great day, guys.